You're sitting with friends when someone says something so unexpected that the whole group erupts in laughter. Nobody plans it, nobody votes for it. It simply happens, spreading from one person to another almost instantly. Yet have you ever wondered why? Laughter is found in every known human culture, even though languages differ dramatically. Babies begin laughing long before they can speak, suggesting this behavior runs deeper than words. Most of the time we don't consciously decide to laugh. Our bodies react first. That raises an extraordinary question. If evolution favors traits that improve survival, why preserve something as strange as uncontrollable laughter? Perhaps laughter didn't begin as entertainment at all. Perhaps its true purpose was helping ancient humans survive together. At first glance, the answer seems obvious. We laugh because something is funny. But the deeper scientists looked, the less complete that explanation became, opening an entirely different story. Most people assume laughter exists for one simple reason: happiness. Something funny happens, you laugh, and everyone moves on. But real life refuses to follow that neat pattern. People laugh when they're nervous before a job interview, embarrassed after making a mistake, frightened during tense moments, or overwhelmed with relief. Soldiers sometimes joke and laugh in dangerous situations. Doctors, firefighters, and emergency responders often use humor to cope with intense stress. Even more surprising, researchers have found that most human laughter doesn't happen during jokes at all. It happens during ordinary conversations, signaling friendliness, agreement, or shared understanding. Scientists call this social laughter, and it appears far more frequently than laughter triggered by genuine amusement. Suddenly, the familiar explanation starts looking incomplete. If laughter appears during fear, tension, conversation, and relief, then maybe its original purpose wasn't simply expressing joy. Maybe it solved a much older, more important problem. If laughter isn't just a response to humor, then where did it come from in the first place? Let's find out. To understand where laughter began, scientists looked beyond modern humans to our closest living relatives. Chimpanzees, bonobos, gorillas, and orangutans all produce laughter-like vocalizations during play. They don't tell jokes, but when young animals wrestle, chase one another, or tumble across the ground, they make rhythmic panting sounds. Researchers think these calls communicate something surprisingly important. This is play, not a real fight. That simple signal allows rough interactions without escalating into dangerous conflict. Comparative studies suggest these playful vocalizations may share deep evolutionary roots with human laughter. Because humans and great apes share a common ancestor millions of years ago, scientists propose that our own laughter evolved from those ancient social signals long before spoken language existed. Instead of using words to reassure one another, early hominins may have relied on laughter to communicate safety, trust, and friendly intentions during play or cooperation. While the exact timeline remains uncertain, evolutionary biology offers a compelling explanation for why laughter feels so automatic today. It may not be something we consciously invented, but something inherited from ancestors whose survival depended on reading one another's intentions quickly. That possibility transforms laughter from a simple reaction into an ancient survival signal passed across countless generations. Yet this was only the beginning. As human societies grew larger and more cooperative, laughter likely expanded beyond play into everyday social life. But surviving wasn't just about playing safely. As humans evolved, laughter may transformed. By the time early humans began living in larger groups, survival depended less on individual strength and more on cooperation. Hunting large animals, raising children, sharing food, and defending camps all required people to trust one another. A group filled with constant suspicion or conflict would struggle to survive. This is where laughter may have found a powerful new purpose. Evolutionary psychologists suggest that shared laughter helped ease tension after disagreements, signaled peaceful intentions, and strengthened social bonds without a single word. Modern research also shows that laughing together can trigger the release of endorphins, chemicals linked to pleasure, relaxation, and social connection. While scientists continue to study exactly how these effects influenced our ancestors, the benefits are easy to imagine. A hunting party that trusted each other was more likely to coordinate successfully. Families that bonded more closely could cooperate when resources became scarce. Communities that resolved minor conflicts through shared laughter instead of violence may have remained more stable over time. In that sense, laughter wasn't simply entertainment around an ancient campfire. It became an invisible social tool, quietly reinforcing the relationships that allowed groups to survive challenges no individual could face alone. The people who laughed together may not have just enjoyed each other's company. They may have built stronger communities, passed on those cooperative behaviors, and ultimately increased their chances of survival. Once laughter became part of human society, it began changing far more than survival. It also shaped culture, identity, friendship, resilience, empathy, itself, forever. As humans built larger communities, laughter grew beyond a survival signal into a language of its own. It slipped into stories told around campfires, celebrations that marked important milestones, quiet moments between friends, and the earliest forms of romance. Every culture eventually developed its own sense of humor, shaped by history, traditions, and shared experiences, yet beneath those differences, the act of laughing remained remarkably consistent. Whether in a crowded city or a remote village, people instinctively recognize genuine laughter. Neuroscientists believe part of the reason is that laughter is contagious. Hearing someone else laugh activates networks in the brain that encourage us to join in, strengthening emotional connection without requiring a single word. A shared laugh can signal safety, acceptance, forgiveness, or simple understanding. It tells others, "You're part of this moment with me." That may explain why laughter appears during conversations far more often than after carefully crafted jokes. It isn't only about comedy, it's about communication. Long after laughter stopped being essential for escaping predators or strengthening hunting groups, it continued binding families, friendships, and entire societies together. Each shared smile quietly reminds us that cooperation, empathy, and belonging are not modern inventions, but ancient instincts carried forward through countless generations, still shaping how we connect today. So why do we still laugh thousands of generations later? Ancient humans probably didn't begin laughing because someone told the first joke. Instead, laughter appears to have evolved into a remarkably efficient way to communicate trust, reduce tension, encourage cooperation, and strengthen communities. While scientists continue debating the precise sequence of events, the leading theories point toward laughter as an ancient social adaptation. Modern neuroscience shows that shared laughter influences brain chemistry and strengthens emotional connections, reinforcing behaviors that help people bond. Every laugh you share today may carry echoes of countless generations, stretching back hundreds of thousands or even millions of years. Long before cities, writing, or civilization, our ancestors may have been using laughter to transform strangers into allies and families into resilient groups. One of humanity's oldest survival technologies wasn't crafted from stone or forged with fire. It was carried in our voices, passed between people, and preserved through every generation. Maybe that's why laughter still feels so natural, effortless, and deeply human, reminding us that survival has always depended partly on understanding each other together. Still,